Welcome, Keto Rock Stars. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, I am speaking with special guest Jerry Griggs. It doesn't look like, can everybody hear and see me? I don't think we're seeing Jerry. Jerry, are you there? You there, Jerry? Oh, hold on, I've got people in there like 3 times. Yeah, I don't see Jerry in here. Huh. Jerry disappeared into the woods. Jerry, we don't hear or see you. Can you try, Jerry, joining from your phone maybe instead of the laptop? All right, let me hide this on stream. Let me try to get Jerry in here. Okay, so this is Jerry. Jerry, we don't see you or hear you. So maybe try joining from your phone, if you can hear me. Hold on, I'm going to chatter. Sorry, everybody. While we are waiting for Jerry, let me kick this out. While we're waiting for Jerry, let's say hi to some people. And I have put Jerry's channel right here. It is youtube.com/@Carnivore Geri. So please like, subscribe, and visit her channel. Let's say hi to some people. We have Evelyn is here. Rick Charger Mopar is here. Hi, Rick. Here we go. There she is. There she is. Here's a guest. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you can see me on your laptop, but it just wasn't working for whatever reason. So are you okay to do it with your phone?
I can, sure.
Okay. I was just saying hi to a few people. So Rick is here. Thomas Target Prime Rib is here. Kelly Broken Carnivore is here. Sherry Nevada Pup is here. Erin Miss Booby Goats Butter Woman herself is here. Granny Boo is in the house. Welcome. Brian Fly Fisherman Dish is here. Welcome. Lisa Carnivore Whisperer is here. There's an echo. Is there still an echo? I see you, but I don't see Jerry. Post in the comments if there's still an echo. And Erin says Jerry disappeared into the woods. Let's see who else is here. And then we're going to get started. Okay. Oh, Lynn 22 Cat is here. Cruz Bolero is here. Welcome. Let's see who else is here before we get started. I saw Schmoovy was here. You're Schmoovy. Welcome, Schmoovy. Okay, so tonight's special guest of honor is Carnivore Geri in the middle of a forest, or whatever you're calling yourself these days. Jerry is a good friend of mine. We've met in the carnivore world, and we are also in a small YouTuber support group where I've really become closer. And Jerry and I have noticed that there are some similarities about us. I don't know if you want to describe those, Jerry, some of the things you've noticed that we have in common.
First off, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Good. No echo?
No echo. I don't hear an echo.
Okay, good. I don't know if I should put the hearing device on or not.
It's up to you.
Can you hear me better if I put the ears on with the microphone better?
I can hear you just fine, just the way you are.
Okay, good. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate it.
Yes. So, what are the similarities that we noticed about each other when we first became friends, Geri? Let's start there.
Oh, golly, we're both tall ladies. We both have curly hair. We
Yep.
both have had hip surgery. I've had one. You've had two.
3.
3 hip surgeries.
Yes,
Okay,
3.
I've only had one.
And yes, and
Uh,
we seem to like some of the same things, and we're just kind of carnivore sisters. So
absolutely.
tell us about your carnivore keto journey. Like, I kind of know some of this because I've listened to you in the past, but some of the viewers might not. So let's start from wherever you want to start from, and this is all about you. So tell us about yourself.
Okay, good. Well, I'm going to start way back in the womb. Not that I remember because I don't. My mother, my mother's OBGYN put her on diet pills, otherwise known as speed. So I have always been on a diet, if you get my drift.
Yes, starting from the womb.
Starting from the womb. Back in the day, they drank, they smoked, they did all the things. It was never taboo. I was always led to believe that I was fat. My mother rolled the calendar a little bit forward. My mother at 6 years old, I remember this, started, maybe it was 7. My mother took me to TOPS meeting, Take Off Pounds Sensibly, TOPS. And I did that for years. But when I was 10 years old, I woke up one morning and I couldn't walk. And I lived in the Children's Hospital of Milwaukee for 6 months or so. Worst Christmas ever. What I wanted my parents to bring me instead of presents, I wanted Cool Whip by the tub. And we all know that's greasy, disgusting. It is not whipped cream, it's gross. So I ate that. That was my treat. And they wanted me to walk. I think my mother felt guilty. I don't know. It was diagnosed as rheumatic fever. Rheumatic fever affects the heart. It had something to do, they say, with my tonsils. My adenoids were like golf balls. So they appeased me a lot of times with food. Both me and my eldest sister had a serious diagnosis. She had diabetes about the same time, not chronologically, when she was 10. When I was 10, I had my rheumatic fever and I couldn't walk. And she had diabetes. So my mother at the time, we'll talk about fasting, my own personal fasting journey, but my mother at the time made a deal with God whereby she said, God, I want my daughter to live. I'm going to not eat every Friday. That was her fasting day, as long as God allowed my sister to live. So that was the deal that she had made. Now, I do my fasting, and I know we're going to talk about that later, kind of has as a wink and a nod towards my mother. I 40-day fast every year. This will be my 15th year this year. I do it during the holidays. For those of you that know that you know, I'm a religious person, former Catholic, but I figured if Jesus could not eat for 40 days and he didn't die, ultimately he died on the cross, but he didn't die from not eating, I could do it too. So he made the ultimate sacrifice for me. So I fast during the holidays and I break my fast on my mother's birthday, January 11th. Every year.
That's incredible. So that's your Jesus fast. That was one of my questions I had written down.
Yep, that's my Jesus fast.
I love that. I just love that. I would do it with you. I don't know if I can make 40 days. That's a long fast.
Uh-huh.
But
Once
that's
I
incredible.
personally get past the first 3 days, I'm home free. That's just me.
That's awesome. So, what started you down this path, like, of carnivore? I know what you were doing before carnivore. So let's talk about what you were doing before carnivore.
Okay. I was tipping the scales at 363 pounds. That was the heaviest that I weighed myself in my home. And when I weighed myself in my home and they looked at me at Mayo Clinic, that the scales are different. They're always different at a hospital versus the home scale. I had a meeting with the cardiologist and he said, if you don't want to die the awful death that your mother died, colon cancer, diabetes, sister, father's mother had diabetes, lost her foot, her toes, her foot, her leg, yada, yada, then I would tell you strongly, you need to lose weight. I think that Mayo kind of sort of wanted him out because he wasn't the type to just write a prescription and send you on your way. He actually talked to you. Well, he left the Mayo Clinic in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and never heard from him again. But he's the one that got me hooked into it. When I first got to finding about the ketogenic diet, because he talked to me about it, I looked it up on, of course, YouTube University. I found the two keto dudes and Kim Howardson at the time. She was just like you and I, just a regular person. And that's how I got started. Dr. Jason Fung, all the doctors.
And was this before or after you tried Optavia?
No, that was before. Well, I shouldn't say that. When I found out about the keto diet, it was after I was on Plexus, the multi-level marketing. I started that first because in 2008, I got hooked onto YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Oh, I'm sorry, not YouTube. Facebook. So I have a Facebook channel. I'm not very active, for those of you that know, but that's how I got started. So, of course, all my friends came out of the woodwork. I can help you. I can sell you Optavia. I can sell you Plexus. So I did all the things. It took me a year and a half to lose 50 pounds with their programs, basically eating off of a UPS truck.
I know. I did this acai berry thing for a while that they charge you an arm and a leg for, and I don't even know what the benefit of that was.
Yeah.
But, so you did this. This wasn't Optavia shakes then. This was a different
It
company.
was. No, well, Plexus was first. And then when I reached the stall with Plexus after taking all their shakes, they call it lean, their shakes, their lotions, their potions. I'm not exaggerating, because they had lotions that would make you lose weight. They had pills that would mimic fasting, all the things. And then my friend found me on Facebook and said, I can help you with the Barbie meals, otherwise known as Take Shape for Life, Optavia. Now it's called Optavia.
And those are expensive. Now, I've known people to have some short-term success on those. So tell us what happened for you.
I did. They called it, you have the 4 Optavia meals or snacks and 1 lean and green. That meant, to wing back to Elaine from Seinfeld, the big A salad. So I had the big A salad every day.
And did you lose weight on that? How much weight did you lose on that?
I lost 75 pounds at that point in time. Before I switched over to the ketogenic diet, I lost 75 pounds. And that was,
so
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
When I got to 200 $1.99. I was all excited. I was like, woo, I get two. Now, you know how you call it Wonderland? I was in two land, I could see 200. That was a huge success for me. When I found YouTube and entered the YouTube University, Dr. Jason Fung, Two Crazy Ketos. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Two Keto Dudes with Kim Howerton and everything that way.
So what made you to decide to stop the Optavia shakes?
I was sick and tired of living off of a UPS truck, and it was very expensive.
Yeah, that's what I
Super
heard.
expensive.
So, in your opinion, is Carnivore cheaper than the Optavia? Just
Absolutely. Absolutely. Carnivore is cheaper. It's even cheaper, in my opinion, compared to keto, because I'm not throwing away the vegetables out of the refrigerator now.
Yep. So what happened? So you quit the Optavia shakes. Did you go straight into keto, or did you just do nothing, or what happened then?
I quit Optavia. Then I went right to following Dr. Jason Fung, going to keto. Then I found Dr. Barry and all the doctors, because I was interested more in the health aspect and, of course, saving money. It was very expensive.
Mm-hmm. So did you do keto before you went to carnivore? Did you do?
Yes. Yep. I did keto first, and that's how I got down to and lost the 163 pounds. So when I tell people that I lost 163 pounds twice, I did. I got cocky after the first 163 pounds. I got to 199. I got to Wonderland. I was a happy camper, but I backslid. One scoop of Culver's custard led to a quart of Culver's custard the next month, led to the bag of Lay's chips, all the carby things.
So you lost all the weight, and then you had a weak moment, and then that weak moment turned into several weak moments, and then you kind of backslid a little bit. And
right.
I don't think you're alone in that experience. I think there's been others in this community that have had, fallbacks like that. Let's say hi to a couple more people. I saw that Papa Carnivore Peter's in the house. Hi, Papa. We've got Karen from Low Carb Spin, and then Just Jason Keto. Okay, so tell us about, so you backslid. How long did that last?
Up and down, up and down. It was like a telemetry. Boop, 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 boop. It was just crazy.
For how long? Like a year, 2 years?
Yeah, I would say, it was over a year. It was before I started the whole religious fasting thing. In keeping with that, there was a contest at work about losing weight, and I'm a professional dieter. I've been doing it since I've been in the womb, remember?
Right. So this was still keto, right? You're still going on and off keto for a while?
Right. Okay, I heard about the carnivore diets. I heard about it. I dabbled in it a little bit, but then I always fell back, and I had the big Elaine salad because I liked it. I liked the salad dressing. That was the thing. I like salad dressing more than I did the vegetables, and all the seed oils and junk. Ugh.
I think we all if you take the salad dressing off of a salad, in my opinion, it's disgusting. The salad dressing is what makes the salad so yummy. Other than that, it's gross. I don't know what you think about that.
Yes, it is. Seed oils. That's what I call it. Seed oil dressing.
And Sherry, Nevada Pup, has a question for you. When you do the fast, the 40-day fast, do you just have water only, or what do you do?
In the morning, I have one 12-ounce of one of these little things of coffee. One of these. That's all I have, and water the rest of the day. If I feel like I need some salt, or I feel like I have a headache, I will pop the Redmond's real salt, the rock salt, under my tongue and do that to nip the headache in the bud. I've since bought and love these electrolyte drops. Which camera can you guys see me on? The cell phone
Right
one
there.
here?
The cell phone one. The cell phone
The
one.
cell phone one. Okay, good. I will do the keto. Yep. The electrolyte drops and the fasting drops. Yum, yum to the fasting drops. And I have been known to shoot a shot of fasting drops like people drink whiskey. Boom. There goes my fasting drops.
Straight into the mouth?
Straight into the mouth. The second or the third day of headaches, man, give me a shot of electrolytes. Boom, fasting drops. Fast.
We're going to have to do a challenge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did do that with a carnivore person, but I don't know if you knew about that.
Oh, why do I remember something about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I challenged somebody. They didn't come through, but that's okay. We can do it with our own community. It's all good.
Yes, yes. So a few more people. Holly Springer's here. CV Carmack's in the house. Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. Dustin, Keto Simple's in the house. And Sean Bradley's here. So I just wanted to acknowledge a few more people who came in. Okay, so you found out about Carnivore and you had fallen off of that and back on several times. Currently you're on. So how much is this, how you re-lost 163 pounds? Because you said you lost it, gained it back, and re-lost it.
Right. I would play the game because, like I said, I knew how to diet. I had my bout with purging, binge purge, I think they call it. I think they do. It's been a while since I did that. These first 4 teeth that I have are thanks to my dentist in Brookfield, Wisconsin, because I ate the enamel and my teeth off because I was a purger. Some people purger, bulimia. I did laxatives. Yep. I did diuretics. That's a mental, in my opinion, I was going down a slippery slope, and that was a dangerous disease that I had back in the day.
How old were you when you had that?
Oh, shoot, high school. Because remember, Mom did the diet pills. She said I was fat. I went to the tops, all the things. I think she wanted us to be runway models or something with my sisters.
Wow.
Because she was obsessed with it. She wanted us to be as obsessed with it. So my mother probably had the bulimia. Oh, and I knew every trick. I knew how to flush. I knew how to shower, when to run the water, how fast to run the water so nobody could hear me. After meals, quick run to the bathroom, or I took out the garbage an awful lot. I was a very helpful daughter back in the day.
Wow. Wow. I don't think I knew that about your story. So that's pretty intense. And you know, a lot of young girls have eating disorders because of, I almost had one because of my volleyball coach. Would make us run the heavier we were. So I did not know that about your story. So anything more?
I don't have a lot of my fat pictures. If I have them, they may be on like these old devices, these old cell phones that I have, but I can't physically give you a picture of myself. At my wedding, I was a fat bride. I wore a size 22 wedding dress.
Which honestly,
fat.
That's my biggest. So, and you're a little bit taller than me. So what was your top weight again, you said? Were you over 300?
363. That was my top.
So I think I was a 22 and I was only 260 pounds.
Yeah, I wore a 26 or a 28 at my
okay. Yeah,
highest.
At your heaviest.
My wedding dress was a 24.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So what else happened on your journey? Anything else you want to add to that?
The truest freedom that I have right now, and the simplest way about it, is the carnivore diet. I know I eat on repeat. I eat the same thing, butcher box. I'm eating off of a UPS truck, but it's meat, it's butcher box. No more Barbie doll little meals.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us who lived through the 80s and 90s with the low fat garbage did some variation of the that starving yourself, whatever you call the Barbie diet, but like the low fat, and it's torture. It is just torture, and it's not sustainable.
No. And we as a family, I would buy an awful lot of groceries. I only had one son. I'm a one and done mother. I have 3 daughters from Jack's marriage, but I'd bring in easily 15 bags of groceries. Everything coupon item we would eat. So fruit by the foot for my son, he ate that like it was fruit by the yardstick. He ate so much of that, but it was on coupon. So I was saving money and making him unhealthy at the same time.
Yay. Um, let's say hi. Okay, so we have Granny Boo, Cindy DeManchis here. So I just want to make sure I'm acknowledging everybody.
Hi,
Do
everyone.
you know this? Do you know Nazahi?
I do not.
He
I
says,
don't know
when was the
who that
last time
is.
you've eaten raw squirrel? They are nutrient rich, better than beef, especially with fur. Well, welcome to the channel. This is the first time I've seen you, so not sure where you found me, but I've never eaten raw squirrel. I've never
Let's
eaten
ask
squirrel.
Rick. Let's ask Rick. Maybe Rick did.
Yeah, Rick. Rick, have you eaten? I'm sure Rick's probably eaten squirrel, but welcome to the channel. Lisa Ortega's here. Okay, so you mentioned your husband, Jack, right?
Correct.
I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway so the audience can hear it. Does he eat carnivore with you, or does he eat a different diet?
Well, he eats the standard American diet with a revision. I will make him things, French fries. It's that, in my opinion, I will not eat it. In my opinion, that's a whole food. I can purchase it on the outer part of the grocery store. I cook it in beef tallow. I will not buy him donuts anymore from Quick Trip. I will make him homemade croissants because I know what's in it. I'm not saying I eat it, and I'm not advocating anybody else to do it. But I take the homemade croissants made with butter, made with organic flour, not an excuse. That's just the way I do it. It's a real whole ingredient. And I deep fry it in beef tallow, and that's his donut. But he does not like vegetables, which is good. If he eats a vegetable, it's corn, maybe iceberg salad, but vegetable we know is not a corn, that's a grain.
Right.
He's
Right.
happy with Oscar Mayer beef hot dogs, Oscar Mayer beef bologna, Oscar Mayer center cut bacon. He's from Chicago, Illinois. Oscar Mayer is king there. Enough said.
That's awesome. Okay, so the reason why I asked that question, because I want to know if living with someone who's not totally carnivore, has that derailed you, or do you struggle with that at all? And what do you do? Or does the food noise just gone and it doesn't even bother you to fix a meal for him?
Right now, next to his chair, he has Lay's potato chips, and I don't know the name brand. It's the yellow tin of the shoestring potatoes. That's right
Yeah.
next to him right now. I pass it every day. I see it. It's in my house. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I buy him whole milk. We don't do 2% anymore because there's sugar. We know this, but whole milk is richer, so I think he gets fuller with that.
So that's awesome. And is he's supportive of, it doesn't bother him that you're doing carnivore at all, right?
I think he thinks I'm crazy that I'm just eating meat, but oh well. I'm
right. Right.
I feel so much better. I don't have that gurgly feeling, in the throat. And it's not because I used to be a former smoker. I just don't have that from the old oils, the seed
Yeah.
oils. And that, no,
Get the
no,
flap. Yeah.
right.
So, so you're currently taking kilts classes, right? You're currently
Yes.
doing coaching with kilts. How is that going, and what is your goal for that? Is it just
Yeah.
to take? Are you going to become a coach?
I do plan on doing that. However, I am still gainfully employed on the outside world until I'm 65, able to retire. According to my husband, I spend too much money. I'll be working until I'm 90 years old, but it is what it is. So I am not going to be one of those Sergeant Schultz, you eat meat or die, type of people. No, I can do that to myself, but to do it to you, to train somebody in the proper human diet is way different than how I can treat myself.
Right. Exactly. So, what is the most interesting thing that you have eaten, either on this lifestyle or off?
Oh my, I I eat almost anything. I rarely go out to eat. But when I do go out to eat, escargot, I mean, if you want to call that a weird food,
I love
that's
escargot.
probably the most unusual. Snails, I guess, for me.
And
Everything else
do they have that
isn't
locally?
bad. No, that's a Milwaukee thing or Chicago. You have to go to the big city restaurants. You up here in the woods, these people eat deer. I want to look at Bambi. I don't want to shoot her. She was just in our backyard yesterday, as a matter of fact, just walking around, and the German Shepherd was looking at her like, hello. We don't kill any animals and eat them here. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just mentioned the forest. So your channel name is Carnivore Geri, and then in the middle of the forest, and that's because you live in Wisconsin. And anybody who's watched your videos knows that you have this beautiful forest around where you live, and so that's why it's called Carnivore Geri in the middle of the forest. Correct?
Correct. And I live on Lake Salisbury, like the steak, same spelling. So I'm looking at the lake right now. To my right is the forest. To the left are a couple of neighbors that I can see. One of the guys I work with, he's to my left, and one of the ladies that is on my right, her parents that I work, her parents live next to me. So yeah, we're in the middle of 5 acres on Lake Salisbury in Wisconsin, 40 miles north of Eau Claire.
Yes. Okay. Yes. That is awesome. I know the footage when you go outside is just beautiful. So you've recently, now I've gone back and watched some of your older videos. You've recently had a hip surgery, but you also had, is it spine surgery as well?
Right, my lower lumbar, right above the coccyx, right above the tailbone. I had that fused. I had 5 fusions there. That, in my opinion, was not as bad as the hip surgery. That was worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And you had
Oh,
3
but
of
you
them.
had, yeah, but mine were not hip replacements. Mine were labral tear repairs where they, now the difference between the surgery you had, they get you up and walk you right away. You are weight bearing within hours of the surgery, I believe. With the
Correct.
labral tear, you're on crutches for 2 months. No weight bearing at all, not even in the shower, nothing. So I begged, and maybe I'm glad I didn't have one because I'm doing so well now. But I begged for a hip replacement. I'm like, I can't keep going through these surgeries where I'm on crutches. I'm gonna end up blowing an armpit out, from the
Mm-hmm.
crutches. But yeah. So, but you ended up having like some sort of the healing process wasn't so good with your hip. Was
No,
it
it
infected?
wasn't.
I can't remember.
And I don't know. I don't. I they orthopedic surgeons look at it whereby, listen, I replaced your ball and socket. You're good. I took the old junk out that caused you pain. I gave you new stuff. Get up, get moving, get out. Yeah, tell me that on day 5 when I'm laying in bed, I was in just intense pain. I don't know what type of shot they gave you to knock you out. They gave me a spinal. That was horrific with the hip surgery. They never get, and on my spine surgery, they did not give me a spinal. When I got out of the hip surgery, I was freezing. I was literally shaking for hours. They couldn't keep me warm enough, but that pain was super intense. I was just unbearable. It was too much.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. My surgeries weren't so painful. The last one was, but it wasn't painful until I started walking on it again. But I had just started keto. I still had inflammation. I'd gone through 2 surgeries in 1 year. So I attribute my pain more to my body inflammation, because the very first surgery I ever had on that hip was not painful whatsoever. The pain was on my armpits from being on crutches for so long, at almost 300 pounds. So but that's a difference kind of between a hip replacement and I mean, they're actually replacing your parts when they do hip replacement.
Right. They threw the
So
old junk out, put the new stuff in. Day number 5, I was a bear to live with. I realized I was in pain. I would not have gone through all of this surgery. Jack and I are 11 years difference in ages. So I realized I married an older man, knowing full well that I'd have to be the caregiver for him in his later years. This wasn't supposed to happen, this hip. And day 5, I'm home. I'm in pain. He's a bear because I'm in pain. He tells me, go to a hotel. I'm not going to put your anti-blood clotting stocking on you. Total friction. Not good. Was your husband supportive with your 3 surgeries?
oh
Well, your surgeries
yes,
were different.
yes, and I want to come back to the age thing because we have that in common too. But no, I mean, he's been through brain surgery with me. He's been through 3 hip surgeries. He's been through foot surgery, and now he takes care of me. But I think after a couple months, he starts to get worn out. But he's very good. It's just, anyone, it's like when you have a sick person you're living with, it's like taking care of a child in so many regards. You have to help them carry things, do things, he hates going to the grocery store, and he had to go with me to carry the groceries. So, over time, it was better that I got better because he would get a little worn on the tasks that we would have to do together, because it's just not his jam. It's not what he's into. I'm not really into grocery shopping either, but I do it. But no, he was very supportive of me. Um, oh, so I wanted to say, what's the age difference between you and your husband?
11 years.
And there's 14 years between my husband.
Mm-hmm.
He's 64 and I'm 49. So that was the other thing we had in common, is that our spouses. And what's funny is I feel like he's been way more healthy than I've been. So we joke about that. He's like, I thought I was marrying like a younger model, and I'm going to have to trade you in for an even younger model, is what he says. It's a joke, of course, but yeah. So tell us about your tooth story. I'm supposed to, oh, that's from the tooth story that I'm supposed to ask you about, was you lost your teeth because of the binge purge, right?
Binge purge, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, not good. All the stomach acids, everything that I ate came right back up with the stomach acid. And talk about gut health, poor gut health right there, boy. Woo.
Oh, that's terrible. I did not know that. I'm so sorry that you went through that. What is your absolute favorite meal? Like, if money is no object and you could eat this every day or multiple times a week, what's your favorite thing to eat?
The simpler, the better is my real answer. I love escargot and I love shrimp, but that's fancy, expensive food. So that would not be my meal of choice. I learned by taking Kilt's courses that my body is not an amusement park. I eat to sustain my life. I no longer have to be like, remember when we did the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge and
Yes.
I invented the carnivore sushi, which had nothing to do with rice or cauliflower, none of that stuff. It was just a meatloaf roll with bacon and eggs. You know, really, that's really what it was. But it was
I remember.
cutesy, and I used to be a caterer back in the day. So I know how to cook any and everything. And my cooking experience from what I did back in the day to now, hold the reins because I do nothing right now. I put a steak in the air fryer today. Woo. I made Jack, what did I make Jack today? Beef hot dog and some French fries and beef tallow. That was his dinner. Mine, it was dinner today. It was 5 pieces of bacon and a ribeye steak. That was my dinner.
Mm. And is that your
So,
favorite, the ribeye and bacon, or what's your favorite?
oh, I love ribeye. I love the fat. I love that is probably my favorite steak for sure.
Me too.
But
Me too.
all last week at work, I ate egg life wraps, hot sauce, sour cream, just because I had it in the refrigerator, and ground beef rolled up into tacos all week at work. Love it.
Yum.
I love simple. But again, my
Me too.
body's not, it's not no longer an amusement park. I eat to sustain my life. I don't care about variety. I know it's fun. I know how to cook when I have parties for the family and to trick them into eating the keto and the carnivore way of eating that they're absolutely clueless. My stepdaughter, Linda, is probably watching right now. She hasn't chimed in. I haven't seen her yet. So, hey, Linda, she will say to me at function, she'll say, is this your diet food? Like it's taboo, but they eat it, they enjoy it, they don't have a problem. Even her son that has allergies and restrictions, like with cheese and stuff, he eats all my food. He doesn't get sick because it's the proper way of eating.
Yep, it is. And Evelyn says, how did you feel on all those diets, like the low fat and Optavia? She says she felt like she was starving when she did them.
Yes, absolutely hungry. These little Barbie meals were really not enough to sustain life. They're not. I felt always hungry. I felt like I needed more food, but I couldn't because I was on a time. Okay, this is the first meal. This is the second shake. I can't wait. 5 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock. My lean and green, the big A salad. Yeah.
And Sherry says she doesn't know what Optavia is. They're shakes, they're bars, and then I have a cousin who does it, and then they give you like meal cards too, like the greens, big green something. I don't know. You could explain it better.
Yeah. It's little meals. Like you can have mac and cheese. And really what it is it's not identical, but it tastes like Kraft mac and cheese. The ingredients are this long in these little baby containers, and you eat the equivalent of a half of a cup of mac and cheese. But it's still all the junk and the seed oils in there and the shakes that are not like a keto chow shake at all. They have disgusting oils in them. They do not satiate, did not satiate me
No.
whatsoever. But I thought I had to do it. I have to be successful so that I can sell it because my friend says I can make $1 million and I can go to Aruba and do all the things on these multi-level marketing scams.
Yes. And Carrie, sorry, he was trying to find Rockin' Keto Amy, and then he had a food coma, and now I'm here. And it now says Rockin' Coach Amy because I'm training to become a health coach. So sorry for the confusion, but I also kind of wanted to take the keto out of my name, even though carnivore is a ketogenic diet. And when I become a coach, I will coach everyone on the entire spectrum, whether it's low carb, keto, ketovore, or carnivore, but I didn't want people to think that I was only keto. So I did opt to put the coach in my name instead of keto. So sorry, it still says rockin' keto up at the top here. And I will always be rockin' keto Amy. So, but right now it's rockin' coach Amy. Oh, this is funny. And here's Carrie's joke. Sunday is stronger since Monday is a weekday. That's hilarious. A weekday. Um, so, if you were stranded on an island, what are the 3 things you would take with you? I ask everybody this. So, and not people, but just like items.
Wow. Well, it won't be food because I'm used to not eating for 40 days and I don't know how long I'd be stranded for. It would probably be our air mattress that we have, the one where I can adjust the air to that one. Love that completely. I love my SodaStream machine. So as long as I'm on an island, so I can get the water from the ocean. So as long as I can boil the water and put it into the SodaStream with unlimited CO2 tanks, that would be the 3rd thing I'd have. That's all I need is bubble water and a mattress. Hello.
That's awesome. And I'm going to say hi to Lexi. Lexi's here, Lexi Jones, Josephine, and Kendra from Consume the Goodness. And I am interviewing Kendra next week on Sunday. So she will be the next interview. I will get that thumbnail and everything to you soon, Kendra. Sorry. Thank you for joining. If you could go back and give young Geri advice of things that you know now, what would you say to young Geri or any young person?
Being a size 16 as a senior in high school is not fat. I was in the talent shows all during high school because fat people are funny, right? John Candy, you know what I mean? If I would have found John Candy before he died, just saying. But I did a talent show. I did Edith Ann for 4 years of high school. I was the fat girl in the big rocking chair. My name is Edith Ann, and I am 5 years old. And it was a stitch. I wish I had the footage to be able to show it, but nobody. I know, back in the day.
Yeah. And Dustin says, I always like the stuff on the salad, the crunchy bits of cheese, the seed slice. Me too. I have some pictures of my keto salads that have hard-boiled eggs and bacon and 3 different types of cheeses. I mean, which is all keto, but you know.
Right.
Carrie says, I ate a salad the other day. Someone had a fresh salad, so I didn't eat the dressing. That is awesome. Okay, so what was the unexpected result you had of living this lifestyle, carnivore? Like, what's an unexpected benefit that you've experienced?
The fact that I can eat the same thing all the time and not be bored. Because, yeah, I literally could eat ground beef the rest of my life. And I don't know if we're going to talk about, the little animated people that you make, your caricatures.
We
I want to
can.
I want to be Burger Woman. That's, and I'm going to pay you for it. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what I want to be, Burger Woman. With my burger shield.
You're Patty Protector, right? It's called Patty Protector. You're on the wheel.
Well, I see, to me, Patty Protector sounds like a feminine napkin.
So you want Burger Woman?
Yeah, Burger Woman. And we could have Thomas at the grill, cooking his steaks like Thomas does, except Thomas would be making burgers and flipping them up in the air. And I would take my spear, like Erin's got her butter spear. So I take my spear and I grab his burger with my spear and my shield. Yeah, Burger Woman.
Now I will try to do that. It will the AI is not perfect. And the one that I use, I mean, sometimes it takes the command, sometimes it doesn't. So I can try to get that exact thing to happen, but I took a note of that. So yes, you are on the list. I will change it to Burger Woman from Patty Protector. I liked Patty Protector, but no, I get what you're saying there. So we will change that. Have you had any roadblocks or downsides to this lifestyle anything you can think of that might be a negative?
Nothing that I can think of, because everything's a positive. Knowing that I had the back surgery last year and I've made it through that. The hip surgery, that takes a little bit longer, and I'm not 100% at there too. I still exercise every day, even though I'm down to one physical therapy day a week with the real physical therapist, but it's going to get better. I am very guarded because I have a fear of falling. I don't want that thing to pop out. And I was an anterior approach, so I have the incision in the front. So I don't do it, but I could still cross my leg, but not right now. With an posterior, they say you can't cross your legs. Anterior, give it a year. But this healing, the downside is, to me, it's too long. It's too much. It's too much. I want to be normal like everybody else.
Carrie, Rockin' Keto Amy had a joke for you. Was that the day of the week joke, or was there another one? Did I miss that? Sorry, I'm going through some of the comments. I'm trying to get to more questions, but I think I read your joke about the day of the week. That was pretty funny. Dustin says, it's great to see your bright, smiley face, Geri. I know Geri is always positive. It's very rare. You've had very few bad days on your channel that I can see, and you always tackle things you face things, as they come, and you just deal with them as they come. You're back at work now, aren't you? Are you back at work, and how's that going since your hip replacement?
Because we can't talk about our employers.
Okay.
My employer's a bit of a pill. They want me to do everything like everybody else, but there's not a realization to them that next year I'll be retiring. They look at it from dollars and cents, and I guess when I was a business owner, I did too. If Geri makes $25 an hour and Amy just started and she makes $13 an hour, we might get rid of Geri. Bye-bye. Come on, Amy. We'll pay you 13, and we don't have to pay the health benefits and FMLA and all of those good things that you get as being a normal employee of the company. So I have those hurdles that I need to go that are difficult. And one day, 2 weeks ago, they had me standing in a cell, like a prison cell. They had me standing working for 4 hours. That was on a Friday. I sat the second half of the day because I was in excruciating pain. The whole weekend, I was down in bed for the whole weekend. I was in that much pain. From the bottom of my spine, the hip, of course, to the top by my neck, because it was too much standing.
Yeah, so it's been a little rough going back to work. Hopefully over time that will get easier. And then it will be time for you to retire.
That's what I say too. 65 is ideal.
So you're 64 right now.
64, right? Not till February. I'll turn 65.
You're my husband's age, and he turns.
I don't feel that number. I see the signs of aging, the deep wrinkles and thanks to the sun. But I do fake and bake. That makes me feel fabulous. The heat on my back and the hip feels marvelous. But the sun's just not so good for the face. But that's why God made cows and beef tallow, right?
Right. And I have a ton of wrinkles too, because when you lose the weight, like I didn't have wrinkles when I was heavy. I got my wrinkles after I lost the weight because you lose all the fat in the face. I don't know. In my
Right.
experience, at least.
And now my plus side of carnivore is I don't have the inflammation unless I have cheese in excess. If I have too much cheese, like I did last weekend when I was with the sister, I had more than my fair share, 8 ounces. That was a lot of cheese, but that inflamed me. And when you're inflamed and you're filled up with water, you look plump and you don't see the wrinkles. So, but that's fat too. But now I got the old turkey neck. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yes. So Peter says earlier on in carnivore, I had oxalate dumping through my tear ducts. Felt like shards of glass coming out of my eyes for 2 weeks and stopped. Did you ever have any weird
No.
like oxalate dumping things?
I did have some type of rash on my upper back thing, and I don't know. I don't know what it was. I want to blame it on cheese. I wanted to blame it on egg whites, so I made my egg whites, cooked them a little bit longer, a little bit harder. I didn't know what it was. That may be very well have been oxalates, Peter.
Yes, and I'm kind of been having this pain in my knee a little bit too, but it went away when I went carnivore. But then I think I ate some meat with some weird rub on it, and then it came right back. So, and I don't have problems with my knees. I just think this is inflammation. But yeah, so that's interesting. So do you? Well, I guess you already answered this. Is the 40-day fast the only fasting that you do every year, or do you do any intermittent fasting, or just once a year?
No, for example, today, the last thing I ate, I finished at 4:30 because I wanted to eat before our live today. So I won't be eating until tomorrow, maybe after the Kelly Hogan class. I still do Kelly Hogan class every week, every Monday before the Chris Cooking Nashville. So that's kind of like my routine, the start of my week.
Yes. Oh, so Dustin here is talking about a little bit of drama that happened today, Sunday, this morning. So I don't. Were you in Mitch's live stream at all?
I I watched it today when I was coming back from church and doing the shopping and things because he was on for an hour and 33 minutes. And I listened to the whole thing in my ears at Costco, not at church, obviously, and all the way home. Whoa. He just went balls to the walls right for Dustin, right away. Blah!
And Dustin, I don't. I watch Dustin's live on Sunday morning, and I try to watch Mitch every other day of the week because he does it every day. And then Dustin came on his live and was just like, I didn't mean to like set Mitch off. So he's saying he sent him a message over Buymeacoffee. That's very nice, Dustin. Way to smooth things over. I know you didn't mean anything. You just you know you just say things. Let's see. Peter says I did Weight Watcher several times. I know a lot of people who did Weight
Oh,
Watchers.
yeah. I did that too, Peter. Been there, done that.
Yes. I'm looking for questions. And Aaron says, I wouldn't really worry about it, Dustin. You didn't mean any harm. I think Mitch has some deeper issues going on. He may have just taken whatever you said the wrong way, too.
Mhm.
So you said you don't go out to eat a lot, right? What is your favorite meal to eat out?
All you can eat crab legs at Red Lobster, but that hasn't been for quite some time. Now, there was a place up here that's in Bloomer, Wisconsin, that is a buffet, all you can eat crab legs. My husband would rather crawl underneath the table than to be seen with me when I eat crab legs. I eat that many. Oh, it's bad. I mean, the
Okay.
shell. When my sister and I went out to eat to Pizza Ranch she lives just north of Madison. And she's watching all this crust and she says, why don't you just tell them to make you a pizza without the crust? I said, they won't do it. They can only make pizza with crust because I scrape all this stuff off. And then I eat that. And the chicken, I take all the garbage off of the outside, even though, yes, I know it's cooked in seed oils, but I don't eat the crunchy chicken stuff.
So I'm going to drive to Wisconsin, and you and I are going to put on our dirtiest, nastiest clothes, and we're going to get all you can eat crab legs. Because the last time I ordered crab legs, we have a casino here, and I ordered them, and I was with like 3 other people. It was a group of us eating, and I was breaking the crab legs, and I was flinging them in the face with juice and meat, and I'm like, oh crap. So the next time we went out, I'm like, I can't order the crab legs because I basically assaulted my friends with all of the juice and stuff when I was eating them. So Jerry, you might be my crab leg eating sister.
And that's fine with me. Let's go. We're not going to gamble, but we'll gamble with crab legs.
Yes, so if we get together, we're gonna go find a crab leg joint, and then we don't care for flinging each other with them because we just want to eat the crab legs. So that's awesome that you did that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you ever had anybody react badly to you being on this lifestyle? Maybe that doesn't understand, maybe a coworker, or I don't know if you have friends that maybe are like treat you weird about the way that you eat.
The people at work thought that when I was gone, because of HIPAA rules, you can't say what you have when you're working, when you come back. So they assumed that I had weight loss surgery, stomach stapling order. But see, they don't know me. That's foolish. Cindy, I'm of the same mindset of Cindy. I would not do it. I would not advocate it. I actually wanted to have my teeth, my mouth, jaws wired shut so I wouldn't eat. But now, when you know better, you do better. I'm probably more critical of other people. I have a tendency to do that probably more with the family, the sister. The husband, he doesn't give a rat's. I'm going to eat my Jay's potato chips if you like it or if you don't like it. He will go to Quick Trip and get the donuts. I'm not buying it anymore. But my sister, I see the signs in her when she doesn't eat the proper human diet. For example, my sister may be watching right now too. I sent her the notification. I fed her, yes, last Monday was the Kelly Hogan, the first class of September. So I made my breakfast, eggs and ground beef and eggs, made that. And I said, I'm going to feed you a satiating breakfast. So I made her bacon that she liked, the pre-cooked stuff, and I made her 2 hard-boiled eggs, and I brought that to her, and I said, let me know what you think about this. She goes, where's the bread? She wanted the bread. She wanted her, I don't even know what it's called. It's international coffee that you mix with the water and all those different flavors. So she wanted that. So she went and made her own toast, and she slathered it with a Miracle Whip. And she put, I think, tomatoes on there and the bacon, but that wasn't my intention. I wanted to see how she would do because I see the way of eating that she does, and I see her in a hurry leave the couch to go to the restroom with speed. She doesn't need a walker. She doesn't need any guiding assistance. She will rocket right to the bathroom. Hello, boom, right there. That's insanity. And the doctors have her on not 1, not 2, but 3, the shot tube, Mounjaro, whatever it's called. She takes the shot and 2 more diabetes medicines. So I said, when you go to the doctor, ask them, why are you taking 3 if your blood is under control, your blood sugars? She asked her, and the doctor says, well, we got your blood sugars under control, don't we? Like, get out. Okay, next.
So frustrating.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Justin says, I'll never forget the line in Christmas Vacation, which is one of my husband and my favorite movies, by the way, with the squirrel, and they asked where Cousin Eddie is. Normally he eats those, and they said, not anymore. They're high in cholesterol. I guess I don't remember that part. So we watch it every year at Thanksgiving. We watch that movie. It's our Thanksgiving tradition. So I'm going to have to look for that line, Dustin. That's hilarious. Rick Twinbrook Acres is here. Hi, Rick. And I'm trying to find the other Rick, Charger Mopar Rick's answer to if he eats squirrel. And Smoothie says, as a kid, we had squirrels stew. And Carrie says, Jerry, the Oscar Mayer coddy salami has pork, chicken, and beef hearts that could be good for him. I used to love eating that coddy salami.
Yeah, he won't eat that. No. Beef hot dogs, center cut bacon, or beef bologna. That's it. But, the beef bologna has ears and buttholes, too, of a cow. It's not only prime rib bologna. No, it's got all the stuff in there. I don't want to
Nose
know
to
how it's made. Stuff. Blech. Right, Cindy?
nose to tail, nose to tail. Dustin says, I heard that Kilt's class is a lot of essays. Are you doing essay writing?
Yes. Yes, yeah, you have to write it. I mean, they don't want you to go above 2,000 words and things, but yes, there is the class, then the essay.
So not very big. Oh, Meathead's here. I just saw. Hi, Kurt, Meathead. Oh, and I think you answered this, but Karen says, do you cook? Oh, this is interesting. Do you cook for Jack during your 40-day fast? Isn't that so hard?
No, it's very easy. And if somebody wanted, I wouldn't do it today, but if somebody wanted me to cater an event of a standard American diet, I could do it. I would do it, but I wouldn't sample it anymore. I wouldn't taste as I go along. I'm a pretty good judge cooking with my grandmother for those years, and my mother was a very good cook as well. So you just throw in stuff. I can't give you a recipe. You have to watch me cook it.
Yeah, interesting. So, and then Dustin says, yeah, we're learning that very thing in our PhD course, to meet people where they are. And like I said, when I become a coach, I'm going to, try to get people on whatever part of the spectrum they're comfortable starting on. Not to say that won't evolve over time like it did for me. Oh, here we go. Here's what I was looking for. Rick says, yes, I love fried squirrel. Let me guess, heart attack squirrel, Rick. That's what you call it, right? Because Rick's food is always fried in like tallow or whatever, and he calls it heart attack. Grandma's Crochet Corner's here. Hi, Barbara. Evelyn, can you post Barbara's link in here? This is Grandma's Crochet Corner. I try to tune into her every night. She's on very late. So a lot of times I will chat and then I will fall asleep while I'm watching her. But she is going through a carnivore journey as well. And it's very inspiring. So, and then again, Jerry's link is posted at the top of the comments. If you are not subscribed to her, please go subscribe to Carnivore Geri. She has a great channel. And Rick says, I have gone squirrel hunting in the avocado and mango grove. So he does eat squirrel. And let's see, are there any other questions?
I really am trying to have my channel go away from the carnivore, more along the ways of perhaps more about lifestyle, bloggy type of things. For those of you that do watch me, I do a lot of my videos to and from work, and it's as though I'm having you as a driver with me. I'm driving along, you're my passenger with me. It's my intention to start doing lives. Thank you, Dustin. So I want to do lives, but we all know that we don't want to step on other people. What's the best way not to step on other people? To do my live at 10 p.m. I get done with work 9 o'clock. By the time I get home, avoiding all the deer and all the animals, I can get home 9:30-ish, get myself together, and then do it live starting tomorrow. I want to be able to do it for an hour because I want to go to sleep. Not that it's not going to go over, but for those people like you, Amy, or Dustin, that have lives, people, you guys do things, families and things, you may not be watching because you might be sleeping, and that's okay, but you can catch the replays. So
is
tomorrow,
this 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.?
10 p.m. because I'm not stepping on Chris Cook in Nashville tomorrow. See, he's a 10 a.m. person. And I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to offend Dustin. Not that Dustin would care. See, Dustin's like my kind of people because Dustin's kind-hearted person.
He is.
He's very sensitive, like I can be. Sometimes I can be sensitive to a fault, but when I got an attitude, then I just the claws come out. I'm super stubborn, but I don't want to step on other people or offend other people. I highly doubt it. If there's anybody in our community that's doing a live at 10 o'clock at night, other than the crochet granny, other than her, because she does a lot of them. So I'm going to be kicking it off tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be giving away a prize to the person that guesses the color. That's all I'm going to say. There's a contest tomorrow, and it's going to be a colored contest. Only one winner, because there's only going to be one color. And you will find out what it is tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time or 11 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, and actually that works for me too because I have choir rehearsals on Monday, and I get out at 9, and so by the time I get home it's 9:30, and I usually don't settle down. I'm kind of like a midnight person, so 11, that would be 11 my time here on Central. And I gotta say hi to a couple other people. So Tanya's here, and my dad Jim is here, and then Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey is here too, and she says hi. All right, let's see if there's any other questions. Let's see if I had any other questions. So you kind of talked about your YouTube channel and the theme of the theme's carnivore with lifestyle type stuff. And what are your live streams going to be about? Like, what's that?
It's going to be Geri. I think I'm going to start it off with Geri. And the verbiage I haven't gotten down pat yet. Let's get it off her chest is what I was thinking about. So it has to do with the color. So that's where I'm thinking of starting. But right now, it's still going to be Carnivore Geri in the middle of the forest because I live in the middle of the forest. I'm still going to eat carnivore, but I want to steer away from that carnivore name and have people come in because I'm 64, Jack's 75. You know, we're older as we adapt our lifestyles in living. You know, Jack is the third husband for me. And I've said this before, I married him in front of God, and even though we've been married for 26 years, we've had arguments. That's just a fact. But I married him for the rest of my life. He can call me an A. I can call him an A. But we're with each other for the rest of our lives. I have zero intention about going anywhere else. So I will torture him the rest of his life for the rest of our lives together.
That's awesome. And Lynn also says, I'm sorry your husband wasn't supportive of your surgery. Well, hopefully you're past that and things are better now.
Yeah, that's a battle. I'm telling you, surgeries. I wasn't expecting to be in that much pain, but day number 5. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They do the surgery, cut you open, send you on your way. See ya.
Josephine says mud crab. What's mud crab?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Interesting. All right. Yes. So did you get this from Dr. Kilch? Your body is not an amusement park. Reminds me when Dr. Phil would say you're just having a party in your mouth.
Right. Yeah. If you think about it that way, if you think about it from very simple, an amusement park, you go out and have fun. I had all the fun back in the day. We smoked, we drank. I didn't do drugs because I wanted a healthy child, albeit one child, but it is what it is. I just wish that I would have never started smoking, never got up to that insane weight of 363. For me, it was too much. But also having the back surgery, having the hip surgery. I can't have all that fat on my frame anymore. I'm the bionic woman, right? You got all the new parts. Don't screw it up by eating more stuff. It's common sense to me. So, yes, my diet is boring, but I'm staying healthy. I'm getting better. I'll be able to take care of Jack as he needs me in the later years.
Yes. Thomas says, I like picanha just because I like to say picanha.
I
That's funny.
never did it at Costco, though. I asked them at Costco, and they didn't have a clue what that was, but this is northwestern Wisconsin.
Yeah, I have to go to a special butcher shop to get it. And then Peter says, I remember starving myself with low-fat, bland, rawhide rice, beans, broccoli. Me too. Like, I think a lot of us did that. I think a lot of us did this low-fat diet, and we were like perpetually starving ourselves. And then we would have episodes where we would then fall off because, like, which doctor is it that says an animal in the wild, like, eventually it's going to get hungry and it's going to do anything it can to get food. Because animals and humans are animals. We're the same. Like, you can only starve for so long until you go nuts and you're like, I have to do whatever I have to get nourishment. So we're no different, really.
Right. And I figured Dr. Kiltz, he speaks like Dr. Phil as it is. So even Kiltz will say, do you want to treat your body like a Ferrari or a Yugo? My dad always said, never buy a car, because we were girls, never buy a car that had 3 lug nuts on it. I would not buy a Ferrari. It's a very expensive car and it's not American made. So I'm a read the label, made in the USA kind of girl. But the truth of the matter is, when you try, I know, because my driver's door, for 2 weeks, I have to wait for what I think is made in the USA part. I went to the dealer on Tuesday. He said, Jerry, it'll be 2 weeks before we get the part. I said, this is America. Where's it coming from? He told me China. Enough said. So I'm at their mercy for something just opening a door. So here I am, stuck in wherever I was, somewhere between Eau Claire and Madison. I called my brother-in-law and I said, how do I get out of my car? Do I go from the driver's door? He says, yeah, you go from the driver's door, but you can't get back in. I had to crawl, bad hip regardless, from the passenger side over to the driver's side to get in the vehicle. Sucks to be me. Wah, wah. Thanks, Tom.
And yes, interviewing Kendra next week will be fun. Yes, I can't wait to interview Kendra. She's on an amazing journey too, and she does a lot of like workout videos. And if you haven't subscribed to her, subscribe to Kendra as well. Consume the Goodness is her channel name. Yeah, Peter's absolutely right. Low fat, sugar, carbs is what caused me to be morbidly obese, diabetic, sick, and severely depressed with chronic anxiety and ADHD.
Yeah, and my thought process, Peter, I agree with you in that regard, because eating very simple, real foods, one ingredient foods, meat, beef, clarity, total clarity of mind. I can sing better in church. And my sister at church last week, she said, I didn't know you had a voice. I said, I didn't have that good of a voice when I smoked and I ate the sad American diet. And now I don't have that. We could belt out a few tunes there, Amy. I know we could.
I know we could too. I know. Evelyn says, when at restaurants for a cleaner salad dressing, ask for sour cream and add your Redmond's personal. That is a great idea.
Great idea. Evie?
What is, Aaron? You got my son giggling in the background, pointing at me, telling me this is all my fault. I am not sure what is happening. Well, thank you, Thomas. Boy, Amy, she has put a lot of thought into this. Not really. I just try to write some questions down, tailored to each person I interview. And then some of the questions, as you know, are the same just because they're fun. Mm-hmm. What is happening? Butter. Maybe because I said butter woman? Probably because I said butter woman. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, so now actually this is interesting. Since being carnivore, this is the first time I kept the weight off and feel my best. I'm actually gaining weight on
Wow.
carnivore.
Wow, Kelly,
But
I hear you. I hear Kelly. I met Kelly in
yes,
Wisconsin at the Montello Theater at the meetup. I took
yes.
my sister to that one, trying to
Oh,
get her into
nice.
it, Go listen to it. And she was eating whatever gummy bears out of her purse during the meetup.
But I'm not worried about gaining the weight though because I'm trusting the process. And I
Right.
was doing a lot of PSMF fasting, low fat. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
my body was starving and now it's recovering. So it's only like 10 or 15 pounds. So I'm not going to worry about it, really. Geri is wonderful here with the smiley face, with your smiley face, because she's such a positive person. Erin
That's
says
the
Patty
caps,
Protector.
the fake teeth in the front, Carrie. That's what you see. Ting! Listen,
And you're nice.
whoever is ever thinking about getting any caps done to their teeth, do not let the dentist give you chiclets. Have them stage your teeth so that they step down. And I tell my dentist now that I want bucky teeth, meaning these first two teeth are longer and then they're progressively shorter, like stair stepping. Otherwise, your teeth look like dentures. They gave me my first set after I unfortunately cracked one of my teeth from when we lived in southeastern Wisconsin. I cracked one and they gave me a set. And I said, I look like I have dentures. Get those out of my mouth. We're going to stair step them. I want bucky teeth. And he's like, what? I said, do stair stepping like they did with our dentist, my first dentist in Milwaukee. That's what I want. Because if your teeth look all the same, they look fake.
Uh-huh. And Lisa's heading out. Good night, Lisa. I know she goes to bed early. Whoa.
Right.
Erin got 17,000 steps today. And Sherry's asking, what kind of work do you do that would keep you standing for 4 hours? Are you allowed to say that? Can you say what you do?
Oh, sure. It's light assembly. That's what I do. And I make parts, for example, case John Deere. I make parts for fire departments where they take the hose to the firemen, to the oxygen couplers, your hose here at your house, attached to your hose, attached to your house, that type of coupler thing. So it's light assembly. But when I retired from real estate after doing that for 24 years in southeastern Wisconsin, I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to drive from Eau Claire to Ladysmith is driving for an hour and a half showing houses because all the people in the Northwoods, they want all the deals and they don't care if they see 76 houses. You will not get paid until you go to a closing. Oh, that's right. The house that you closed on, that cost $49,000. So your check after driving around entire south or northwestern Wisconsin's $450, but you spent about $3,000 in gas. You see what I drive? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kelly here says, yep, Geri is awesome. I got to meet her in person at the Montello meetup back in July.
Yeah, Kelly, you're a good kid.
Yeah, very nice. What
Everybody's
happened to my
amazing.
keto chow woman?
Oh, yes.
That's funny. Sorry, Cindy, not as great as my patty protector. They like the patty protector. I still think you should go with that. I want to see keto. Oh, Cindy wants to be keto chow woman. Cindy to match. Cindy, send me an email with. I don't. Can we get away with that? Is there anything copyrighted about that?
Oh, you have to ask the bears, I would think.
I may have to ask the bears because that might be a copyright thing. But send me your photo and an email because I'm going to be doing another contest. Geri's on it. Everyone who didn't win is still on the wheel. I'm going to do one a month. So October 1st. Yeah, I'll have to ask the bears. However, I am now a, what do you call it? I have an affiliate link for them.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that gives them business, maybe they will let me do. Right, Lynn? I said, did you send it to me? Okay, Cindy, resend it to me with your photo. I don't know what's going on with my email, but someone else's got deleted too. So resend it to me with your photo, and I will put you on the wheel. I just have to check to make sure I can do something with the keto chow in the name. Just to make sure. I don't want to get in trouble with the bears. Thank you, Evelyn. Evelyn is my awesome moderator. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button. Also, when we are done, I cannot dual stream with this because I'm cheap, but I'm going to send Geri the video that she can upload to her channel. So if you all wouldn't mind hopping over to her channel and rewatching once she posts it to get, her some watch hours, that would be great.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm still not monetized yet.
Yeah. You're way further along than I am. So go to Geri's channel, watch her videos, get her some watch hours. And Thomas, the point system from Weight Watcher, but my favorite was Deal a Meal from Richard Simmons. It's funny you mentioned that because my sister Angela loves the Richard Simmons where you move the cards, I think, from one side to the other. And
Thomas, I don't think you're old enough to do that. I when I look at him, I think he's like as old as my kid. You're not that old, Thomas.
Thomas, I mean, I think he's just a couple years older than me, but we grew up with Richard Simmons.
Yes, I had the deal a meal. What didn't I have? What soup diet and cabbage diet and
cabbage soup.
Cabbage soup diet.
Soup
yeah,
diet.
I think Cabbage Patch. No.
Both my mom and my other sister did the cabbage soup diet.
Yes. The banana diet, the grapefruit diet, every kind of diet. I did them all.
All you can eat, wish we had that here. OMH. Jelly LOLs.
Yeah.
The attack sounds crabby, Amy. Yeah. So I don't want to defend Mitch, but he's had some health issues. He just went through a stroke. We all love Dustin. Dustin is like the nicest guy. I just think maybe Mitch had a misunderstanding with what, and I didn't watch it. I'll have to go back and watch it to get the backstory to what was said. I think it was just about the time change of Mitch's show, and
well, that's the thing. Like I even said to Aaron, I said, my genealogy is also where we're Jewish and Catholics. So what were we doing? Were we praying the rosary or were we still waiting for Jesus to come? We didn't know. We were just confused in our household. And with him saying that he's Jewish, I don't know. We were taught both ways to do it. My uncle, my great uncle, I don't think I told you this story. My great uncle had dug out a hole in his basement because he brought over a lady who was the last person of her family. He brought her over illegally, but my mother's side of the family, they did a lot of illegal stuff. Just saying. So he brought her over from the old country. And my mother's father, he was a bootlegger. So that's illegal right there. Bootlegging, gambling, Chicago, the mob, you name it, it was just crazy. But the great uncle dug a hole in his basement. So when he moved out of the house that he gave my mother, because that was her godfather, we didn't know that existed, the basement. And that's where he kept her. He didn't want to marry her because he was afraid if he'd marry her and make it legal, they'd ship her back and she would be killed. They had a fear of all of that stuff from back in the day, Jewish. And he loved her and he didn't want to see her die. Now, she ended up having cancer and dying, and then he had her buried. separate from him. Of course, they never married, but that was a very sad but heartwarming love story. Oh my goodness, just thinking about it makes me tear up. The love that they had for each other.
Aw, that's so sweet. I had an idea. I think it would be cool to do an interview with carnivore or keto love stories.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who's doing this with a spouse who wants to tell their love story, I think that would be a great idea too.
And even my channel would be evolving into more storytelling, more things about the illegal things. They're all dead, all the relatives. Who's going to look them up right now? And you ready for your sound bite? You remember the sound bite that you had for Rick in his kitchen, what he does for cooking? Here's your sound bite right here at 1 hour and 32 minutes. I was in Jeffrey Dahmer's house.
What?
You guys
now
want
to tell us that.
I can't tell you the story because I want to leave that for my channel.
Okay.
I was in Jeffrey Dahmer's house. I also, here's another story. I can tell you this story. I had a nanny from Africa because a man from Africa had her sister and her come here. This is hard to say. To do not proper things with the sisters, we'll leave it at that. Illegal. Took away their passports. I went in on behalf of the church that we belonged to at the time, my ex-husband and I, under like a missionary terms. We went and we took her and we moved her from the north side of Milwaukee to Oak Creek, where I lived, to be my nanny for me. So the story goes together with a short period of time after we sent her back to go back to Africa legally, etc., was when I was in Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. So you guys must subscribe to my channel to be able to hear that story. True life story. July 22nd, 1991. I remember like it happened yesterday. Been there, done that.
That's crazy. Okay, so everybody go subscribe to Geri because she's going to tell this crazy story about the Jeffrey Dahmer apartment. And I got to say hi to Louis Lotito. Welcome. We Network is here. And my other amazing moderator, April, is here. Thank you guys for joining. I am so far behind on this chat. And Louis says we're looking good. Thank you, Louis. We appreciate that. And Meathead says, yep, nose to tail, for sure. And then Kelly calls squirrels tree rats.
Ooh.
That's funny. Let's see. I'm looking through here to see if there's any questions for Geri. Yeah, and Peter says Mitch is a good guy. He means well. I think so too. And so does Dustin. They're both all right. Evelyn says, when I started my keto during a fast, it was hard to make my kids sad lunches and not lick my fingers. Or I'm having a hard time with that. Like, I used to just lick my fingers all the time if like cheese got on there or something got on there. And now I'm consciously, I don't want triggers. And I'm doing very strict carnivore. No spices, no cheese. The only dairy I'm just eating meat, eggs, and butter.
No spices.
Coffee.
Whoa.
No salt.
Oh,
so I really should have done that beef, butter, bacon, and eggs with you guys, but I wasn't mentally, you gotta, sometimes your brain is like, I can't do that. It's too strict. But then you have to come to the conclusion on your own time when you're ready to start something. And I was legit ready like 30 days after you guys did that challenge. And I'm like, why couldn't I have just done the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs challenge with them? Because I'm essentially doing that now.
It was very fun. It was good food and it was fun. Cindy really made it fun too. Cindy as our police, BBBE police. I loved her. Thank you.
And here's Jerry's channel. Thank you. Squirrel deep
Thanks,
fried.
Abby.
Hello. And Lewis says squirrel tastes like chicken. So Lewis must have had that. And here is Barbara. Her name's Barbara, Grandma's Crochet Corner. And she's very soothing to listen to. She crochets and she talks about carnivore and crochet and other things. And Thomas is leaving. Good night. Oh,
Good night,
okay.
Thomas.
So Kurt, I think you kind of answered this earlier, but I'm going to ask it again. What's the most exotic, obscure meat you have eaten?
I have had alligator before, and that does taste like chicken. But, you know, when I say that snails I've had, a lot of people know what that is, and it's masked by the garlic butter. But probably when we were in Florida and I had alligator. It tastes like chicken. It really
I've
does.
had alligator too. It does. It tastes like chicken. I've had frog legs too. I've
Frog
even
legs,
gone
yeah.
I've even gone in the middle of the night down in Louisville, Kentucky. Let's see, Tanya, all the coolest people here. And then, this is my dad. I didn't know this. He says, hello, everyone. My Belgian grandmother used to cook squirrel and wine, rabbit and beer. Mouth-watering. Yes, I did not know that. So my dad's grandparents came over from Belgium, and then my mom's grandparents came over from Italy. So I am like a quarter Italian, quarter Belgium, and then I'd say the rest of it is like Heinz 57. 50% Heinz 57. So that's good to know, Dad.
We're a little bit of everything. I'm not African American, and I'm not Indian, dot nor feather, but everything else the same.
Did you do the genetic testing at all?
I did not, only because I'm a conspiracy theorist, and those people that know, they know.
Well, and I never did it either because I just didn't want my DNA floating around there.
Right.
And then look what happened with the company that did all that. I think they got bought out, and then who knows what they're going to do with your information. So I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm just going to go with the stories I'm being passed down to me about who my peoples were. And all that matters is what's been told to me. I don't really care what a test says,
Right.
So
I like the stories. And I don't want the stories to die. Hence me wanting to tell more of the stories on my channel. And the carnivore name maybe needs to fall off, but I haven't come up with a cutesy title yet. But I do need to get stuff off my chest starting tomorrow. So you guys will find out what that is tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And I want to have it with the audience involvement too. So the first one I'm going to do with my topic, but I'd like everybody to give me a topic so that I can do maybe an Amy, her topic on Tuesday, and Dustin's topic on Wednesday. So you don't necessarily have to be there because you can watch it on the replay. But I would say, for example, hey, today is Wednesday, September 9th, and I have a subscriber, Dustin, that wants me to discuss Geri gets off her chest and discuss blah. Now, I know people, we discussed this today about Mitch, and I know Cindy typed about it in Dustin's channel about not discussing religion and politics. Those are hard because I like discussing religion and politics. I like them. But I understand people are sensitive.
Yes. Okay, so Peter says here, and maybe you can answer this, Geri, your thoughts on this. He says he's not super into ground beef. Maybe he's making it wrong.
I don't cook the daylights out of it. I have it a little bit pink. It's a higher quality. It's a grass-fed. I'm not a grass-fed snob, but that's what I get from Butcher Box. So I'm not exaggerating when I tell you, Peter and everybody else, me and the dog eat breakfast together in the morning. She gets hers in a bowl on the floor, and I get mine on the counter with eggs and a fork or a spoon. But we eat the same thing. I want to wean her off of canned dog food. I still feed her keto dog food hard, but That's more along the lines of it's on the floor if she wants a snack, kind of like popcorn to humans, but we don't eat popcorn.
Right.
But that's her little I want a snack kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And I would say serve it with bacon. Chop up some bacon, put it in there, and put your yolky eggs in there and stir it all together like a bowl and put salt on it.
Yep.
That would be my recommendation. And then Evelyn says, make sure Geri's superhero has long, sexy hair. When she puts her hair down, it's gorgeous. I know. She has the bomb hair for reals.
And it's
I'm a
that
little
carnivore
jealous.
diet too, boy. It is. Thank you, Evelyn, for the compliment. Thank you.
My dad says I would never call my wife names. I have to sleep sometime. Yes. And then let's see. Oh, yes. And this is a good point. They never fully prepare you when you have surgery for sure.
Right.
They never tell you the bad things because then you wouldn't do it.
If they would have told me that the spinal was as bad as it was for me, shoot, I would have never consented to that. That's the worst thing to knock you out, the spinal.
And then Josephine says, I can't say sorry. I've always wanted to try king crab. Heard they're yummy. To be cool if they taste the same. So, yeah, I don't know. Taste the same as what? But,
Snow crab, in my opinion, is smaller and it's sweeter. It tastes sweeter. There's no sugar in it, obviously, but it tastes sweeter. I don't. I like shrimp, and I'd have to clean the shrimp. We all know what that is. But some of the fish, the scavenger fish, I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I will not eat anything seafood that doesn't come from the United States, whether it's the Gulf of America or Alaska. It has to have that stamp because of the practices in other countries. We'll leave it at that.
Yes, and Kelly can find picanha at his Walmart.
Wow.
I have to go to a special butcher, and it's like $14.99 a pound, which I pay because it's a special thing. It's a special treat. So they're usually 40 or 50 bucks when I get one. But I'll have to look at our Walmart and see if I can find one there. And here's this mud crab again. Mud crab has a sweet, salty taste. I've never had. Oh, and it was my mom and dad's 61st wedding anniversary 2 days ago. So happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Happy anniversary to you.
Yes. And then Wee says, I found you live. Yes, you did. Thank you so much for tuning in.
What is the Wee Network, Amy? What's the Wee Network?
I'm wondering. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if we met on Tuber Chat. Where did we meet? So I'm part of a Tuber Chat community as well, and that is a small YouTubers support group. And Geri, if you're not on that.
Yeah, I am. I subscribe to that too. I just haven't been very active on it because of working second shift. Ugh.
Yes. And Lisa says we should sing. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank NAFTA for your wait for car parts. And Retired Rick's here. Hey, Retired Rick. If you have not checked out Retired Rick, he's a carnivore, and he's in a lot of the live streams, but him and his buddies, I think I caught them last Wednesday night. They're also on late at night, but him and his fishing buddies, they are hilarious. I just love listening to them. Usually I'm doing some sort of chore, and I'm just listening to him and his friends. And usually one of them, I think his name is Possum or something. Possum is out fishing, and he's video recording himself fishing while they're in the live stream. It's kind of neat. And then Thomas says, I met Geri pick of her hero avatar, Amy, but you put a lot of thought as well. I try. I'm learning, so I'm new at this AI stuff, but I've been using it to diagnose my computer issues too. So it's helpful for a lot of things.
While you're reading, I'm going to do a plug on you, Amy, real quick, because I am just shocked that you don't have the subscriber count up there in the thousands. With the knowledge that you have, you're as sweet as pie. You're as sweet as crab legs. You are a doll. You know so much. You're a super bright lady. I mean, come on. You look where you went to school. Notre Dame, you know what I mean? You are super bright, super intelligent, very personable. Like with Cindy, the same thing. I'm surprised you guys don't have thousands and thousands of people as subscribers because of the people that you are. You're genuine person. Whereas I'm a little on the wild side. People listen to me and go, whoa, back off, Geri. Calm down with your voice. You don't have to yell at people. I may have to tune that down a little bit. Use my inside voice.
It's okay. I mean, it's all a game with YouTube, honestly, I think. And like, so Barbara, the grandma, she's only been doing YouTube for a month and a half, and she's already got her subscribers, and she's very close to getting watch hours, I think. So
it's like 1,000
it's
yesterday.
A roulette.
Yes,
yeah, it's
I
a roulette.
couldn't believe it. I clicked on and I'm like, I'm the 1,000th person. Yay! Good, go Barbara. Amazing.
So,
even Lindy, Lindy's channel too. I watch her recipes. She's been doing this for 4 years. She needs to be in the thousands. She's a coach too.
I know. I don't know. It's a game, and honestly, I'm doing this more to help people. My goal is always to be a coach. And I still have a day job, so I am. This is going to be a secondary thing, and YouTube I'll never make money on. I mean, I can't even get 500 subscribers at this point. So I really don't care. I just want to help people and bring awareness to a healthier lifestyle. And, if I get to the point where when I retire in 15 years, I'll be 50 next year, that I have like a little bit of a coaching business built up, just enough to make a little bit extra every month, then that's what I'm going to focus on. But I don't think YouTube is ever going to be like a money maker for me. And it's so much work. Like, it's exhausting. I mean, it's just sometimes I like doing the lives because you don't have to prep for them. Right now, I'm not doing as much cooking lives because you really have to prep for those. But the video editing is just, I haven't even been putting out videos lately just because to me, it takes too much time to edit them. But I think it's just all of the YouTube algorithm thing.
Well, your editing is very good too, and Dustin has very good editing as well. But I am like Cindy. Put it in the camera, press the button, upload to YouTube, go. Just go. No, if I can help it, I don't want to edit. It's too much time that I just don't have.
Yeah, and maybe that's what I need to do is less editing. And Holly said, I seem to gain weight on carnivore if I eat too much bacon or pork belly. Well, I eat a lot of bacon. I'm not giving that up. I've given up cheese. And We Network says I gain weight when I do too much dairy. I'm only doing butter. But I'm trusting the process. My body's healing from some things, even though I was strict ketovore for so long. There's some other things going on. I'm in the menopause phase, so I was gaining weight even before I started carnivore, but there's a lot of other things that I'm feeling better on. So,
right. Yeah, I went through the weight gain going from keto into carnivore. So I did that because I ate so much. I heard people talking about eat the fat, eat all the meat, eat until you're full. I'm a volume eater. Now, I mean, I'm not a moderator because I don't want one scoop of ice cream or one taste of ice cream. I don't want that anymore. But I don't want to eat a 5-pound picanha either now because I can't do it. Maybe 2 burger patties are my max, maybe right now. 1/2 pound of ground beef. Yolks. The yolks make gravy. It's so good.
Yummy. My dad says, thanks, Evelyn. My wife says I can stay. I'd hope so. That's my mom, and I'm your daughter. So I hope you can stay, Dad. And it looks like Rick is fixing the doors on his van. He's very thrifty, too. I like watching his videos. and he makes his own hydraulic hoses. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. I don't know when you have to go. I'm trying to get through everybody's comments here.
Go, just keep going. I got more time than money.
49,000 for a house. Where can you
Trust me.
find a?
Well, my best sales. So you were talking about doing carnivore and keto coaching, just coaching in general to help people. That's how I was with real estate. My best sales were the $49,000 houses. The lady that was on welfare that saved up a couple pennies to have a down payment and buy her first house and make her house payments on welfare until she got off of welfare to be able to have her first house. And then there's the people from Illinois that want to come up to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, and buy the mega mansions. High commissions, high headaches. Low commissions, less headaches. There's facts to that. So, yes, is it kind of in a more depressed area? Maybe the houses need a little more TLC, if you know what I mean, for the $49,000 houses. Those days are long gone. Milwaukee used to have dollar houses, believe it or not. And up north here, Jack's grandfather bought his property on the stairs of the courthouse because it was for back taxes. So he was at the right place at the right time, bought it for a song. And that's why we're up in the North Woods, because this was his vacation memory as a child and his family. It was happy memories. Let's go from Chicago to come up in the quiet North Woods. And now I can't wait to get back to the city. Seriously.
So, okay, we network as Ivy, and Ivy, I think you just joined my private Facebook community called Keto Rockstar. So yes, this is Ivy. She's just using her nonprofit account. Whoa, Rick says an EPA Superfund house here is 500,000. If I'm correct, EPA Superfund, that's where they've deemed a property with some sort of contamination from the EPA, right? And it's permanent. And so that could have been a few $1 million house, but they had to reduce it to 500,000 because it's a Superfund site. I only know this because my husband worked in metal scrapping, and so they would deal with Superfund sites there. So, I lost where I was. Okay. Yeah, everyone telling Ivy hi. I'll try to remember that. Yes. So we get Duckman and Iguana Boy, the Carnivore, Batman, and Robin. Well, I'm waiting for Rick to send me a photo. So if anybody lives near Rick, go sneak up on him and take his picture and then send it to me, because he's not sending me his picture. Otherwise, he would already have one.
If anybody knows who Ozzy and Harriet Nelson are, and from that era, the 50s, that's when I see Rick's picture, it reminds me of he could be a Beach Boy. His picture that he uses on YouTube, he's got very good, strong characteristics that are that of a Beach Boy, a California dude. Except I know Rick doesn't have the attitudes of the California dudes.
And Cindy's still here. She's still making chaffles. That's awesome. I do a lot of cooking during your lives too. Mm-hmm. And Thomas said he'll be 53 on the 20th. Happy early birthday, Thomas. And then, Sherry still eats the cabbage soup. It's one of my favorite. That's one thing I kind of miss. Of all the things I can miss, right? The cabbage soup that I made is one of the things. I'm giving away to my parents all my cabbage soup because it's frozen. Peter says, sweating to the oldies. Richard Simmons. Yeah, my mom and my sister did the cabbage soup diet. And then Rick does the heart attack diet.
I'll have the occasional pickle. I'll eat the pickle. I'll eat the occasional sauerkraut here and there, albeit very, very rare, but the fermented vegetables.
And Thomas says, did anyone know Richard Simmons got his start as one of the fruit characters in the Fruit of the Loom infomercials and didn't need padding. I did know that actually. I did know that he was one of the. I'm gonna have to Google that when we're done here. Oh, what's this? Instead of chaffles, I make kernafels. 1 egg, 1 tablespoon dry milk, 1 teaspoon of butter, blend and cook in the waffle maker. I'm gonna have to try this, Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds delicious.
Oh, write that recipe down. Screenshot.
Yes, I'm in love with steaks. Does that count? Uh, I'm in love with a pig. It's funny. And then Rick says, love is a myth. Yes, and Geri and her cliffhanger stories. Can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear too. Hopefully you get started on some of these. Like, I'm a crime person. Like, I like to watch the crime documentaries. So I want to hear your in detail story about the Jeffrey Dahmer house. And Carrie from Homestead House said he used to live down the street from there, I think. I don't know.
And the name of the apartment building was the Oxford Apartments. That's what the name was in front of the place. And that's the place that I never saw so much vomit in my life until I got to that place. Every cop was puking their guts out at Dahmer's apartment. It was so radical. Well, of course, we all know the story, except I was there.
And then Rick says a friend said my refrigerator looked like Jeffrey Dahmer's because he's got iguana parts and duck parts and hopefully no humans, Rick. Hopefully no humans. What is this? Sherry says I may have Jerry beat. I smoked weed with Manson and spent the day at his ranch. Whoa, he creeped me out so much I never went back. I totally want to hear her story. Yeah, that is interesting, Sherry.
Now, Sherry doesn't even look. Sherry's picture is just, she barely looks like she's 30 on that picture with the dog.
I know.
Wow.
So Jerry's channel was posted in the chat and it's also pinned at the top. Yeah. Yeah, he found it. And she did post it again. Thank you. Let's see. I'm only 8:35. Like 15 minutes behind now. People are subbing to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't even want to read this one. Peter says there's no male body parts in Rick's fridges there. This is going south fast. Yeah, that's quite a story, Sherry. Very interesting. And Rick says only from ducks and iguanas. I already sent you a photo. No mention of keto challenge, just a photo of ice cream. Okay, I will look for that. And did you send it to ketorockstars21@gmail.com? Because I think you have my other email address too, which is flooded with like thousands of emails from junk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I text it to you. Okay, perfect. I will look for that. Jerry's channel again. Okay, and Kurt says my brother was in prison with Ted Bundy.
Ooh.
That's interesting. Kelly said July 22nd, 1991. I was 13 years old because my birthday is July 21st. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick was 23 then. That was it. She says no real story. Went there with my brother and hung out for the day. This is Ivy, raises frogs for frog legs here. Breaded and panko is my fave. Yeah, I've had frog legs before. They taste like chicken too.
Great.
And then escargot is free if you have a garden.
That's true.
And yes, we do still think it's interesting.
Absolutely.
Thomas says, I haven't had any DNA test. I'm afraid of what they may find out. Anyone tried caviar? I'm assuming that's caviar. Yeah, and I've had
Yeah.
caviar, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
delicious. And is that the same as roe? What's roe? Fish roe? Is roe something different? I have not had that. I know Kelly Hogan eats fish roe all the time. And Risa's here. Hi, Risa.
Hi, Risa.
And Jerry needs a topic that tells corny jokes. Well, you're the expert in that, Carrie. Oh, Michael's
Totally,
Adventures is
Carrie.
here too. Yes. Oh, and here's my Facebook channel.
Mm-hmm.
So connect to me on Facebook. It's at Keto Rockstars also. I'm Keto Rockstars everywhere. And she says she's going to farm them too. If I don't like the meat, I'll be in the pet food business. And Evelyn, let's see. Yes, we are learning about Jerry. And Evelyn is Italian, Irish, German, English, American Indian, Scottish, and Dutch. Equals 100% American. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Grind up brisket. Yes. And Kurt does that a lot. He grinds up his own meat from brisket. Now, do you eat any organ meats, Jerry?
Oh, I do. I love them all. Milwaukee is known for the Germans, being the German sausage capital of the world. We had Usinger's, which is my favorite. And up here in Woodman's grocery store, well, I guess Woodman's is even Chicago, downstate also. They sell Usinger sausage. When I first moved up here, Woodman's wasn't here. So I ordered from Usinger's their fresh liver sausage and Yackwurst and all the wursts. And that's old world style sausages. I'm not afraid of chicken gizzards, chicken livers. I won't eat chitlins though. Won't do it because I have had too many experiences being a realtor, walking into houses where chitlins were made the wrong way. So don't go there. No.
And then, do you do Butcher Box? Because Thomas has a question about Butcher Box. He wants to know how it works, Jerry. He's been thinking of getting it. So if you can explain that.
Yes, you can get. I started out with the free ground beef for life. Now it's free ground beef for a year. You get 2 pounds whenever you order it for a year, and then they stop it. But sometimes when you sign up on their deals, they have extra sales, special 40% off. Like you can get a big leg of lamb for $30. Well, in my cart at the beginning of the month when the sale starts, I'll put in, no lie, 15 leg of lambs, and I'll get it at the cheap price. And then 15 leg of lambs come to my house. Been there, done that. And I go, where the heck am I going to put all this lamb? But I got a good deal for it. Yeah, good deal.
Wow,
The
so
sales and the specials. So if you're limited to a month for $169, yeah, it's not a lot of meat, but the sales are phenomenal.
and guess who
All
just showed up? Russ, Homesick Buckeye.
Whoa.
Way to go. Homesick Buckeyes, thank you for joining. And Rick wants to know if he should make an escargot cooking video. Absolutely, Rick.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
I think you should do that. For sure. Everybody would be interested in that.
Are you monetized yet? Do we know if Rick's monetized? If not, I'm shocked because he's the oldest carnivore we have. Not age chronological, but he's been doing it longer than anybody I know.
So here's the deal and Rick, pardon me if I'm getting this wrong. So Rick could be monetized, okay? He has enough watch hours for sure because he does the longest live streams of anybody I know. He also has enough subscribers, but he doesn't want to run ads during his live streams or videos. So he can't get monetized unless you turn that on. He doesn't want to turn super chats on because you have to connect an account, like a bank account or whatever, to that, and he doesn't want to do that. And he doesn't want to give out his financial information to anything like Buymeacoffee or anything like that. So really the only way that you can support Rick is to get his personal address and to send him meat.
Right.
A lot of people do that, but I want to know where everybody's getting his personal address to send meat, because I don't have that. But I know several people have shipped him meat. But he does not turn on. He could be monetized, but he doesn't want to be what he calls a pay to play. He doesn't want memberships. He doesn't want anything like that. He wants people just to be able to show up, and he wants to just offer, community to people. So, but I think he should do at least one of the things, at least set up one account where people can send him money and support his channel.
Absolutely.
So he could be monetized, but he isn't, because he's not turning the things on that need to be turned on. Thomas says, "Sure, Rick, I won't eat it, but make the video." I eat escargot.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Evelyn. Happy anniversary to my parents. And yes, We Network is Ivy. And I've eaten land crabs. I don't know the difference between all of the I don't know the different crabs, other than king crab and then snow crab. Now, Ivy says, some other carnivore lives. I'm the one working to gather people in every state to create compassionate carnivore co-op pioneer village, kind of parallel society. Interesting. So are you live streaming or doing videos about this, Ivy? I'm going to need to make sure I'm subscribed to your channel if you have one, because that sounds very interesting. And Kurt says Dungeness crab is my favorite. Have you ever had that? I've never had that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ivy also says nonprofit that also helps house homeless. I give them a place for home and shop here in my ghost town. That is cool.
We Network, do you know who Carrie Mann is? Because Carrie Mann's daughter calls herself Compassionate Carnivore.
Yeah. And Carrie says, Jerry, you're not wild.
As in, I don't know about that. Like a wild child? No, you don't know me that well.
And here's Retired Rick's channel. That channel's so fun. And then Aaron says, shh, Carrie, don't egg her on. Because, and then she, very thankful for subscribers, wishing I had a camera to post more, just been creating playlists to use for our inspiration. That is awesome. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm not sure if I'm subscribed to you or not, but when we get done here, I'm going to subscribe because I want to see what this is all about.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, you can imagine uploading a video. I don't know how you do that with 10 kids, Aaron.
I don't either.
I don't know how you time to be a YouTuber. Let's see. Okay, so this. Hold on, I'm gonna see if there's. Yeah, and Rick, don't rub it in. I walk through the bakery aisle at the grocery store and I gain weight. Found you just subbed. Are you really trying, Rick? And Rick, let's change metabolisms. I agree. Come on, man. What? Oh, Dahmer's. My parents took this through. Wait, my parents took this through a dollar house once. I remember all the needles.
Absolutely.
Dollar house.
Yeah, that's what they were called in Milwaukee. You could get them for $1.
Tony Delisle's in the house. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chris Cook and Nashville's dad.
Hey Tony, I'm not going to be on your son's channel tomorrow, but I will be inputting my opinion about my 40-day fasting, because that's what they're talking about tomorrow on Chris Cooking Nashville is fasting. So that's my jam. I love fasting.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get in that one. I missed last week, but I worked during the day, so I didn't get to listen.
Yeah, me too.
I'm usually just listening. And then we had, what is a dollar house? What's we had
If
dollar house?
well, in Milwaukee, I can speak about them because I sold them few and far in between. But you could buy the house for $1. You could or may have to pay the back taxes, but you definitely had to rehab it, fix it up completely. Usually there were mold houses. More often than not, they had needles on the floor. Animal pet stains, we'll leave that to your imagination. Mold up the yin yang, bad roofs, leaky roofs, rats. You get them for $1, fix them up. Then they fixed them up, rehabbed them, and sold them.
Dollar
Then they
house.
sold them for $49,000, and I sold it and made a commission.
Nice. And there's my friend Russ. What's up, Russ? What up, family? He says. And then Meathead says the Nelson brothers were awesome. Yes. And yeah, man, I may never catch up on this. Ozzy and
Wow.
Harriet's my parents made us
Aaron,
watch it. Yeah.
Aaron, you look like you're 18 years old and you watched Ozzy and Harriet. I love your parents. I love Aaron so much.
I know. We all do. She's like, man, she's
Yes.
OG. And she is so unique. Like her stuff is so unique. Like nobody can make up having 10 kids and booby goats and ducks quacking and chickens running around and, kids just everywhere. I mean, it's so authentic.
Ricky Nelson, that's who Rick reminds me of in Rick's picture on YouTube.
Yep.
Like he could be Ozzy and Harriet Nelson's kid. Come on, Rick.
Yep. And then like the Beach Boys. Funny like the Beach
Like the
Boys.
Beach Boys, yes.
Oh, my dad is telling a bad joke. Domino's, like Domino's, pizza famous pizza business. Dad. Oh, I'm 69 now, and I was 60 in the photo. Well, you look great, Sherry. And was it Russ's birthday too? Now we got to sing to him. Ready?
Okay.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, dear
dear
Russ.
Russ. Happy birthday to
To you
you.
and many more. All right, I'm not as good as Russ, but I can carry a tune.
Yeah,
And so
the air, we were missing a little bit, and
it's
we
okay.
were off. We were off.
We're off
We have to
sync.
get
It's okay. We'll work on
together.
it.
Yeah, we have to be together and be on stage and sing, and we can knock them out.
All the frogs going for the disability checks since we ate the legs. And here's
Yeah.
Michael's Adventures. Welcome.
Hi, Michael.
And Thomas wants to know, Russ, did you get my email? And what? Cavi? Oh, Cavi is the large guinea pigs? I thought maybe caviar, but no. And then Evelyn says caviar is a specific type of salt-cured fish roe that comes exclusively from sturgeon family. And then she posted the biology name, which I'm not going to even attempt. Asapenser. I can't even say it. Whatever. Evelyn is really smart.
Totally. Yeah.
My mom liked guts too. Oh, the worsts. The worsts are the best. Yes, like liverwurst, all that stuff. Those are so delicious.
Bratwursts.
Oh, Jerry, have you ever had pickled pig's feet?
Yes, I have. That's a Milwaukee thing in the bars. Pickled pig's feet and pickled eggs in every bar in Milwaukee, and there was a bar on every corner in Milwaukee growing up. Remember,
And
my
so you
grandfather
drink
was
beer?
a bootlegger. I do not like beer, and I don't know, because I'm from Milwaukee. My mother, another one of my mother's stories, she had a can of beer when she was pregnant with me, and that was a big scandal because when my dad came home from work, the girls, my two sisters, ran to the dad's car and said, "Mom was drinking a beer while she was ironing." It was just taboo. It was just terrible.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, so I can just imagine all the guys and girls drinking beers and then eating pickled pig feet.
Oh yeah, and they had these little glasses that must have been all of 6 ounces, that tappers, and they would be 30 cents for tappers.
And Lynn says, "What I'm going to let you explain is what exactly are chitlins? I should know, but really don't."
The intestine of a pig is a delicacy for many people that are on fixed incomes. It's yeah, you have to clean them because they're it's the poop chute, the colon of a pig. It's just, that's why if they're not prepared properly, your house or houses smell like poop. That's chitlins. So that's why they
So,
have to be cleaned right.
for the record, poop shoot is a medical term. We're just going to
Medical
go with
term. And we're not
that.
doctors, and we don't play one on YouTube either.
And then Meathead says he's got my credit card number. Meaning Rick? Yes, and so I was right. He doesn't want any financial connections. So you need some sort of mailing address where we can just send you meat, Rick, as payment for everything that you do. But so we don't know where to send it to, though, Rick. Do you have have a place where we can send meat to? Aw, thank you. He says I'm a smart ducky, quack quack.
You have to
Okay.
give us the address of the nearest Festival Foods, and we'd have to order from Festival Foods, like a fax and pull kind of thing. Order from Festival and then have you pick it up. What do you think? Something like that?
Yeah. Pickup, or if there's a way to send him some sort of gift card for a place that sells meat via email, and then he could just accept that and then go shopping. I don't know.
Or a butcher box, right?
Yes, but we would still need maybe a butcher box. I don't know. Is butcher box very expensive though? I feel like Rick does best with deals.
The cheapest is $169, and that's a standard, and you order accordingly to your palate or your preference. If you wanted to order all ground beef, you can order all ground beef, but I choose a wide array of things. Like Jack will like a fillet, and I like a prime rib. So they have a bunch of other things. Salmon, they have crab, shrimp.
And Ivy says they have their own social platform. Interesting. And then Evelyn says we had unlimited escargot on the low carb cruise. That's where I had escargot, was on cruise. A limited steak. I think they lost money with our group. Yeah. And
Oh, I would think so.
Russ says Rick has to stay underground. He is wanted for crimes against waterfowl and reptiles. I'm still waiting for the men in white suits to come to his house after he said he cooks with poop on my channel. I'm like, I think he has a super fun in his house now from cooking with poop.
I couldn't believe that. When I heard that soundbite, I'm scrolling, and all of a sudden I hear Rick and telling the kitchen story. I died laughing. I had to play it over and over again, saying, "Did he really say that?" Soundbite. So at 1:32, you got your soundbite from me, Amy.
Oh, and yes, and so we network says yes, Emma.
Right, compassionate carnivore.
Cool. Yes, and then the We Network, the We.network. So
See,
I'll have
when
to
I
check that
lived
out.
in Milwaukee, we used to be Wisconsin Energy. We Energies. That's what we called it. So when I read that, I'm like, what is We Network?
Yeah, so Risa says roe is fish eggs, adore lamb, as does the rest of the family. I don't know if I've ever had lamb. And Russ telling everybody hi, and then Rick says everyone knows Carrie Man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't for the longest time, honestly, but like I didn't know anybody because I was just doing my own thing for 7 years, and it wasn't until I went to Keto Palooza last year that's when I really started meeting everybody.
Mm.
But then I didn't really meet everybody because like Russ was there, and I don't know that we ever said hi. And then who did I just interview? My friend from Canada, Just Jason Keto, was there, and I didn't meet him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I feel like I missed out on a lot of people. Yes, you are very popular too, Thomas. Chitterlings, also known as chitlins, are a southern U.S. soul food dish cooked of pig intestines.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh, what is this? Cow uterus. Do people eat that?
Oh, not me.
Lungs? I don't know. Let's just stick to our butter, Aaron. Yes. And Carrie says if you have tomatoes, you can catch up on the chat. I am not catching. I'm trying to get to the end here because I think I am. HBD was a little laggy. HBD. What's
HBD.
that?
Happy birthday. Yeah, it was.
It was a little laggy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We want to sing
it
together.
was.
And Thomas says, don't worry, I won't sing for you, Russ. Oh, yes, it was, Carrie. You're very funny. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get through. Oh, well, thank you, Risa. Two gorgeous voices. Thanks, everybody. If I had a receipt for the singing, I would return it. We'll talk later about this, Russ.
That's one thing about these lives that we do, or you guys do, you and Cindy, with interviewing people. You get to know people behind the scenes a lot different than the persona that we, like I do, behind the steering wheel, and I'm just talking. I'm totally different than I am right now. And I'm really wild in real life. When I was drinking upside down margaritas, now that's wild. I did that at my wedding, several of them. Look at Amy's eyes.
I was just thinking, I'm not drinking anymore right now, but I'm like, could you imagine us together having some martinis or something? That would be scary.
Oh, girl, yes.
We would get arrested. I'm pretty sure you and me together would get arrested. We would
Yeah.
bail money. And then Cindy trying to eat here, talking about vomit. Good thing I don't have a weak stomach with all the different foods. And then Russ says chitlins. That's epics. The word is chitterlings.
Right.
Yep. Natural. My dad says natural sausage casing, pig intestines. And then Kurt says, ask Rick for his info. He's not going to give me his info. For all I know, Rick thinks I'm a crazy person. And then Risa says, yeah, roe is just fish eggs from anything else. I've had salmon roe and mackerel roe. I want to try that. Salmon roe is really good. I get jars of it around New Year's and enjoy it over the holidays. Where do you guys, what is it? Where do you sell it?
Order it online.
Oh,
Woodman's has it.
Sam's Club membership. So you could get him, I wonder if I could get him a digital gift card and send it to his email maybe. I'll have to look into that. We is short for Wanderer's End. And Andy, my lady Lapala is here. Sorry I'm late. It's okay. That's what replays are for. And if you want to, Jerry's going to get a copy of this, and she's going to upload it to her channel. and then you can watch it on her channel. Biogas is environmentally friendly. He's talking about his poop gas. It is. Russ said sorry, didn't see the post from Evelyn-opedia. And then, I was perpetually homeless until I finally got my disability, and then my parents died, and I got our ancestral land, Ghost, my farm that surrounds the rewilded critters. That is really cool.
That is cool.
And we're all laughing at Evelyn-opedia. Russ is just full of jokes. Andy says she hasn't had a drink in over 4 years. My last drink was on July 5th of this year. I have not had a drink since, but I didn't drink all the time. I would socially drink on the ketogenic, kind of like either vodka and seltzer or these little low carb, like, what are they called? White Claws or whatever. But since I went full blown carnivore strict, and honestly, I don't want to drink. It makes me feel like trash.
Right. Me too. And that will get burnt off before any fat does. Alcohol always gets burned off first.
Someone says we had just sat down to eat when the vomit talk came up. See what I did there?
What did Thomas just have? That you had two. Thomas made a comment. Comments.
So that is true, Jerry. You do find more about the people behind the scenes. Yes.
Right. And then even when you see people face to face, like when we were at Carrie Mann's, and you engage with people face to face, totally different.
Yes.
Meetups are fabulous. They're fabulous. I'm so glad I went there. I just wish my sister, I could have had her turned on more to a healthier way of eating, the proper human diet. But like she says, like Jack says, I'm 74, 75 years old. I'm this old. You can't change me. So.
Yes. And Carrie says this meat salmon roll with keto chow ice cream. He's messing with me because I had the tuna flavored keto chow ice cream, which is funny. And Andy says, I can do that. Monday's my time.
You mean sardines. You had the sardines.
Oh, yeah, sardines.
Sardines, yeah.
It tasted like tuna. That's why I keep saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And what is, in Portugal, barnacles are a delicacy. Really?
Oh, really?
I've never had that. My dad's been to Portugal because he was in the Navy.
In the Navy.
And we have a methane digester here, too, instead of septic-free methane. Interesting.
I think Rick has a methane digester.
He does.
I'm going to call Rick now. Hello, methane digester.
Poop
How
gas.
you doing?
And he says, I'm as crazy as the Addams family, and I even have a foghorn doorbell. Okay, have you made a video of that? Because I really want to see the foghorn doorbell.
Da-da-da-da.
Rick, do your neighbors come over and visit you much, or do they just kind of like, do you have like friendly neighbors? Do they come over and visit you, or are they kind of terrified of what's going to happen? The foghorn doorbell.
I want to see Dr. Nelson and Rick at a meetup together. That's total Addams family right there.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Nelson even puts his picture next to the Addams family character too.
Yes.
Awesome. 17 years for not having a drink. Congratulations, Carrie. And Thomas goes, you rang? And Brian says, when I was drinking, I always had two, the first and the last. That's funny.
Boy, Jack and I would go out to the bars. He would easily, Old Style is a Chicago beer that they drink in Milwaukee. So he'd easily drink a case of Old Style and drive home like nobody's business. Nowadays, shoot. No way. We can't drink like we used to. No way.
Yes. They sell salmon roe in the supermarket with the canned fish. I will have to look for that. I want to try some.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think it's really like healthy for you. And Ivy says, I was trying to reach Emma Man. I left a phone message at their theater, was hoping she might help with our farm. She was looking for a compassionate carnivore farm help.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I only drank twice. Typing in the dark, no worries. Alone, my dad only drank twice, alone or with somebody. Uncle Fester and Lurch, those are the names. Thank you, Thomas.
That's it. Thanks, Thomas.
And I have not made a video of it yet. I want to see the doorbell, Rick, please. And okay, so he answers, my neighbors only visit when they need me for repairs. So everyone knows Rick is very handy and can fix, and he's like a MacGyver. He can
Mm-hmm.
do anything with anything. I mean, he can make gas out of poop and cook with it. So, I mean, you know. Oh my gosh, are we caught up? We're caught up. Okay, so, Geri, we are caught up. Any
Yay.
final thoughts? Any final thoughts about this lifestyle, about yourself? And thank you so much for coming on. I wish I could dual stream, but I'm cheap, so I can't. So I will send you this video and you can upload it. But any final thoughts about your journey or information you can impart on everyone?
As far as I'm concerned, I plan on eating this way of life until I can't anymore. And if my one and done son puts me in a nursing home, I'm going to be a real bear of a senior citizen to live with. If they give me bologna sandwiches, I'll be filling in that white bread, similar to what I did with my husband when I used to pack him lunches. And I would send him, he would be a white bread, a Wonder Bread kind of guy. So I'd send him off to work, truck driver, off with the bologna sandwiches on whole wheat bread. He says, I ate the Oscar Mayer all beef bologna out of the middle, and I flung that right on I-94, hit the windshield of so many cars. It wasn't, but trying to be healthy back in the day. Here, have some snack wells, honey. Those were Frisbees on I-94.
So awesome. Well, I think I'm gonna end the live stream because it's been like 2.5 hours, which is a long time for me. I usually try to do an hour. And we'll have to do this again just to have like a girl talk kind of thing. And if you ever are able to bring guests on, I'm more than happy to come on your channel.
I'd love to do it, but I don't do it as well as you and Cindy are the pros at this. You guys are so good at this.
You will be fine. Just start doing it. Just start doing it. It takes a little bit of practice. I did lives on Facebook for like over 1.5 years before I ever went to YouTube. So I just wasn't a YouTuber. I did lives in my private group. So yeah, my first ones were dreadful. And then over time you just get better and better at it. And so another thing is for my job, I'm a technical trainer, so I'm technically doing live streams all day on my job too. So I have from that. That's what my job is. But I just want to thank you for coming on, and let's do this again. And if you get live streams up on your channel, I would be more than happy to come on there. So just let me know. And we are the carnivore, curly-haired, tall Amazon woman sisters. And with that, everybody, I think I'm going to say goodnight. Geri, hang around for just a minute, okay? Love you all.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Have a great week.
Join me tomorrow on my live if you can. If not, catch the replay. 1 hour. It's what I want to do. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Wow, that was so much fun. I hope you had a good time.
Fun. I can't believe it was that long. And now that I look at the clock, it's like, holy cow, we had a good time. You're good, Amy.
And it's, yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's an hour later here, too. And I think I got to wipe my computer for work tomorrow because it's trash. I'm surprised I even got to this live stream. My computer is having so many issues. I don't even want to. So I think I'm going to have to reset it and put Windows back on it, lose all my programs. But
I have to ask you a question about how come you don't, or people don't Zoom anymore? Is Zoom not a thing? Isn't it free
It is.
anymore?
So it's
Because-
only free for 40. It's only free for 45 minutes. Oh, we're still on.
Oh,
Hold on.